Hello, everyone. This is TTP Chats, aka Trust the Process here, and today I'm going to be just talking about how staying out of trouble is the best feeling. Now, that is a factual statement. Staying out of trouble is the best feeling in the world because you're moving. If you stay out of trouble and you got goals and you got ambitions and you got things to focus on to work towards, you're moving with a purpose, right? You're living with freedom because you don't have no worries. There's no real problems, right? As a man, that's the best feeling in the world too because you try to, as a man, it's the best way to live life is to stay out of trouble. Yeah, you might have some difficulties here and there, some challenges, but that's from a standpoint of your own personal situation that you got going on. I'm talking about certain circumstances where it's out of your control and some things happen. Life is not gonna always be perfect, but you always want to keep life simple. But what was it? But if there's circumstances where it's within your control and you can choose to avoid and disengage said situation that may cause you trouble in your life and disrupt your peace, for instance, right? I say as a man, you was it? You choose to stay away from those type of situations at all costs. Like trouble that you can choose to be involved in, stay out of it. At all costs, eliminate it from your life. Like for example, right? If crime is a choice, that's going to be another video. But for example, right? Let's say you've been presented with an opportunity to make big money, but it's a scam, right? Disengage with that, walk away. Don't associate yourself with a person like that ever. It's done. It's already over. Or let's say, for example, you were with a man choose to get with a woman, get her number, and she tends to be a little bit, nutty, right? Nutty in the head. She's disrespectful. She hinders your life because it's just you. Your interaction with her is very, how you say, I know the word is overused, but toxic or just it's not good for you. It's very unhealthy. Argument all the time, stressful, disrespectful, and she's a little bit nutty. Disengage, cut her off, delete the phone number, block her number, delete it. What was it? Get her out of your life. Just leave her respectfully. Walk away and say goodbye. Right? Terminate the contract. It's over. Move on. Move forward. Try again when you get established. Right? Because at the end of the day, me personally, as a man, I don't got time to deal with nonsense or deal with anything that's gonna cause me trouble. That's gonna put me in a position to where all of a sudden I'm going to have problems. I'm going to have issues. The best feeling in the world is to be problem free, issue free, right? Yeah, you're going to have certain, instances and things of sorts here and there where, okay, maybe they ran out of my favorite whatever at the grocery store. Doesn't matter, right? It is what it is. But if I can choose to eliminate certain problems from my life by not even engaging with them, or if I somehow happen to find myself in those type of problems, I can just choose to leave, walk away from the problems, and just you know eliminate and remove myself from the equation, right? Move myself from the equation completely. Follow the one. That's actually pretty good. If I can choose to disengage with those problems, to remove myself from the equation completely, I'm gonna do it, right? Because life is supposed to be peaceful, stress free, and it's supposed to be simple, right? You'll it's sometimes is you have those off days. It'll be complicated here and there. But at the same time, if I'm within control of what I can control about certain situation in my problem, I'm going to eliminate it. I'm going to disengage. I'm not going to participate in that at all. Because at the end of the day, I don't got time for that. I got men who want to go out there and make something of themselves and establish themselves. We got date with destiny, right? And I'm talking about the destiny of achievement, destiny of, multiple resources, destiny of success. We don't have time to deal with little problems here and there about this woman or what's going on with social media here and there. Nah, absolutely not. Tunnel vision, the work comes first. We got to get this done, right? For the future wife and kids, for the future family. And that's staying out of trouble, because once you get a record, right, a criminal record, guess what? I'm not saying your life is over, but you kind of put yourself in a position as a criminal, as an identified criminal with a felony on the record. You kind of put yourself in a position where your life is not really over, but it's gonna be. You put yourself in a position where you're gonna have to work extremely hard to make a comeback. I'm talking about 20 times as hard, because everything, all your freedoms is kind of stripped away in a sense, or very limited, right? You are a very restricted citizen, because now you can't travel to see the world. You can't even move to a different state outside of, different state in America, because most of the time, you got to report to a certain parole officer to let them know where you're moving next, right? You can't carry a gun, so your right to bear arms, that's completely restricted. You can't you can't travel the world. There's several different perks, right? You cannot do anymore. You are restricted. And that's because you done crime and you couldn't do the time, but guess what? They're going to make you do the time anyway. While as a guy who stayed out of trouble, kept his nose clean, kept the straight and narrow, worked hard, and who actually has ambitions and goals and want to achieve things and try to avoid crime at all costs by not even participating in it, he can travel the world. He can protect himself by having a gun. He can protect his family by having a gun. He can travel. He can live wherever he wants, right? And that's another thing too. When you do crime, you can't live wherever you want. The suburbs, the nice areas, right? The nice, cities, the nice housings, the nice apartments, all the luxury. You cannot get that. Absolutely not. You cannot live in, because they will not welcome you. You can't even apply to get a business loan or a loan for a house. That's what I'm saying. But the guy who stayed out of trouble, he can get all that, all the perks and more, right? Because he has no problems, bro. That's why it's important to stay out of trouble and work hard and do the best you can and make the most out of the opportunities that are presented to you, my bad. Because staying out of trouble is the best feeling.